The Paris mayoral runoff has been quite the saga. Of course, Paris went into round one of voting with 7 candidates, 2 of whom were quickly eliminated because they didn't make the minimum 10% cutoff to stay in the race for the second round. However, the options have been further thinned down since. As you've seen on the right, you've seen the joining together, the joining forces of the Macronist right-wing candidate and the traditional conservative right-wing candidate. They joined forces to block the victory of a left-wing candidate, and separately, also on the right, the far-right candidate stepped out of the race. And of course, that's raised all kinds of speculation about what kind of behind-the-scenes negotiations and collaboration there might have been between the right and the far right. Of course, the traditional right insists there was none. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side of the political spectrum, there's been a huge amount of remonstration and criticism about the fact that the left have not joined forces in the way that the right have. The fact that the socialist candidate and the France Insoumise candidate have kept their races, have maintained their campaigns, and are as such competing against one another. So these are the 3 political forces. You've got the right, the socialists and the France Insoumise. They're the 3 political forces competing for Paris. It could be a very close race, and it's certainly extremely high stakes one. And that's really come across in the rhetoric, which has been absolutely thick with remonstrations, with incriminations and really ad hominem attacks. What we don't know yet, of course, as the voter turnout increased slightly last week, who will that favour here in the capital?